In the winter of 2021, 15 women leaders in nonprofits and socially conscious businesses gathered for the Epic Leadership Journeys MasterClass in insight, innovation, and impact. These virtual gatherings buzzed with anticipation. At the beginning of the third session, I asked, who would like to share an insight, innovation, or impact that was sparked by your wisdom conversations in the last session about the travel images of perception, aspiration, and presence that you saw in the Epic Leadership Journeys card deck? Anna began. I'm now approaching my leadership challenges differently. And that's because of an insight I gained from our conversations about this perception card, this view, this photograph of the Dead Sea in Jordan. Listening to the varied points of views expressed in our wisdom circle, I was surprised to learn how many times I had been viewing a complex challenge from its turbulent surface without looking into its hidden depths. This realization made me curious about what I was not seeing that might also contain some unseen options. So I started to ask myself, what lies at the depths of the challenge confronting me? What opportunities could be hidden in those depths? Answering these questions is actually helping me to see, think, and even respond differently to difficult challenges and situations. Murmurs of appreciation and agreement echoed in the wisdom circle as other leaders jotted down both questions. I thanked Anna for sharing her insight and the action it sparked in her to ask clarifying, pivotal questions. Miriam shared, the wisdom conversation that we had about this photograph of the Church of Iceland soaring into the sky on the aspiration card, it inspired me to engage in a leadership team experiment. At the end of our recent planning meeting, I asked the team to break out in groups of 4 and spend 15 minutes sharing their highest aspirations for our 3 most critical projects. When each group reported back, we could feel a shift in our inspirational energy, even on Zoom. By the end of the day, each team had expressed their enthusiasm and excitement about the next steps that they were committed to take. And for me, this leadership experiment revealed just how potent aspirations can be in leading a team to inspire their own high engagement and performance. Heads nodded as more notes were taken. I thanked Miriam for sharing a simple, innovative way to use aspirations to ignite team commitment with their own inspiration. Then Kelly said, my share is about a very personal leadership experience. Staring at the image of this massive reclining Buddha on the presence card, I had this sense of being there, even though it was only virtual. And something shifted in me that I didn't have words for initially. In our wisdom circle conversations about presence, I started to feel the hugeness of exhaustion, anxiety, and overwhelm that I've been struggling to manage and minimize. In the weeks since our last session, these feelings have moved through me. And somehow, feeling the enormity of them without trying to control them is releasing me from the burden of carrying them. So I've just started to experiment with 2 innovative notions. At least they're very innovative for me. And that is to ask myself two what-if questions. What if I am enough? And what if I do enough? Just pausing to ask myself these questions gives me room to breathe. And with each breath, I'm just reclining into my own presence. It has me feeling more at ease. I'm also noticing that shifting into my own presence allows those I lead to experience a gentler sense of grace from the impact of my leadership. Immediately, several women leaders commented that Kelly's decision to recline into her presence gave them permission to recline into theirs. So Kelly's transformational shift also had a gentle, unexpected impact on women in the wisdom circle. What a precious gift. Imagine what could shift for you if, like Kelly, you recline into your own presence and allow yourself to feel into being enough and doing enough. Or what could shift for you if, like Anna, you look below the surface of challenges by asking yourself just two questions? And what simple, innovative action could you experiment with, like Miriam, to potentially discover a surprisingly effective way to inspire the people you lead? Consider what pivotal aha moments could this unique way of using travel images to think, see, feel, act, and even lead differently. What could this awaken and ignite in you? If you are ready to join a wisdom circle of fierce, kind, and supportive women leaders in a masterclass, where shared deep wisdom unlocks and activates in you epic leadership insights, innovation, and impact, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about the ways you want to see, think, feel, act, and lead differently. So we clearly understand what you want to receive and integrate into the wholeness of who you are. And if you discovered that this uniquely powerful way of experiencing and sharing deep wisdom to transform not just you, but also your leadership, if this calls to you, join the next upcoming Epic Leadership Journeys MasterClass in insight, innovation, and impact. For here's the reality. We can't navigate epic change, its challenges, and the unknown territory ahead unless our come from is epic.